Oh, there we go. I don't know, where has it gone? It's whizzed past tonight. It's been far too blooming quick, but never mind. We should drink more before the show and it would slow it down a bit, I think.
Well,
it would in my case.
We might need a bucket.
Anyway, we are back for the final part. Shut up. Okay. No more warnings, Jonathan.
Okay.
Violence will be meted out.
Yellow card.
There's no response. All right, last part of the show. It's time for, we have a bit of Chelsea chatter stats and then we'll have a bit of a Chelsea news roundup. Yes, I've just been reminded by my name flashing on the screen that, as always, I forget to say, I am Stamford Chidge. This is Darren Mantle. He is Dr. Mart. He is Jonathan Kidd.
What did you have to go for?
Was he going to say Burger Owl and then he
forgot what it was? Burger Owl, exactly.
Sweet.
And this is the Chelsea Football Fancast. Right, enough. It's time for Chelsea Chatter Stats. The man is back to read them himself after this little message.
I never knew Chelsea had so much history.
Chatter.
Enough. Let the man do his work.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. First one is that Jose Mourinho has now won over 350 points in the Premier League.
Hooray!
Chelsea have now set a record by not conceding a first-half goal in their last 14 Premier League games.
Hooray!
The game against PSG was only the 5th time that the Blues have conceded an own goal in consecutive games. Eden Hazard's penalty was the 10th that Chelsea have scored in the Champions League.
Hey.
Petr Cech has now played 100 European games for the Blues. Fernando Torres has now started 50 games for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Frank Lampard has now scored 250 club goals in his career.
Hooray.
His latest goal was the first time that the Blues have scored a rebounded penalty since Claude Makélélé back in 2005. And finally, my stat of the week is this, that Frank Lampard has now scored in 150 different domestic games for Chelsea.
Bravo.
Oh. Good stuff.
I don't know if I don't. Sorry, Chad. I don't know if I actually understand that last stat. Can you explain that stat to me?
Yeah, in 150 of the games domestically he's played in, FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League, Charity Shield, he scored.
Doesn't that just mean he's scored in 150 games?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, domestic games,
though. Goals he scored.
All right,
he scored 150 games.
Because he scored 4 against Derby. So
Am I being the full tard?
Well, let's explain it to you really carefully. So, there's a game, and he scores in that game.
All right,
and
okay,
he can score
it.
2 in that game, but it's a game that he scored in.
So he's actually scored in 150 different domestic games for Chelsea?
Yeah.
I get it, right.
But there is a subtle thing you must remember. He only scored in games when he played.
All right, okay.
He didn't score in any that he wasn't playing.
Anyway, look, Chad, where can we find more of your beautiful, beautiful, handcrafted statistical work?
Yeah, you can go to my website, which is www.chelseachatter.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at chelseachatter.
All right, so for all those wanting reminding, that's www.chelseachatter.com.
What is it again, Chidge?
www.chelseachatter.com.
Absolutely correct.
Thank you, Jonathan. And it's also at Chelsea Chatter.
Indeed.
All right, now it's time for a little bit of Chelsea news after this lovely little message.
I'm groovy.
There we go. Now we've got loads and loads of news and we're running out of time, so I better get on with this. The first is very, very, very important. This is a message from our sponsor, but good old Campo Retro. Now, if you want to wear your football shirt to work, then get involved with Football Shirt Friday. Now, I found out from Campo Retro that they're supporting the Football Shirt Friday campaign to raise money for the Bobby Moore Fund to help fight bowel cancer, which is a very, very worthy cause. Now, we thought this was a great idea and we thought we'd show our support too. So all you have to do is show your colours at work with the football shirt of your choice on Friday, the 11th of April, and donate £2, only £2, to the Bobby Moore Fund. You'll find all the information for this rather than putting up a long link. Just go to the chelseafancast.com/latest news on our website and you'll find the blog on there about the Football Shirt Friday. All you have to do is check that out. Now, if you want to pick up a new shirt for the day, maybe showcasing the Bobby Moore 1966 World Cup winning shirt, for example, then you can buy a shirt from Campo Retro. And what we'll do, if you do that, they'll double the donation by giving the Bobby Moore Fund £2 for every shirt that they sell this week. And you can pick up one of these classic official England Retro shirts for just £25. They're beautiful. I hope you just all saw that on the screen, but they are beautiful shirts, and the address for that, of course, is camporetro.com. Go and do it. It's a very worthwhile course. And I mean, even though he played for West Ham, I grew up with massive love for Bobby Moore. My first ever football at the age of 5 was a Bobby Moore football, and I still remember it to
I
this
used to
day.
go and watch him at Fulham when he played there as well.
And it's Kelvin Barker.
It's interesting also that it's only 25 quid for a shirt as opposed
isn't
to
it?
the
Not
official
90.
shirt,
Yeah,
which is
not
90,
90, and they look
which is
much better.
Which is a disgrace.
I know.
As
right.
Kelvin Barker would
I'd love you all to talk, but I've got to get through this.
His middle name's Chelsea.
Yep, and it's Robert Chelsea Moore in dead right. Okay, now talking. Oh, Frankie will love this because when Frankie's not in New York, you know,
New York.
when he wants to forget about New York,
New York.
like all good New Yorkers, he goes to Las Vegas. Isn't that right?
Vegas, baby.
Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby. That's what I'm talking about. What are you going to do? Anyway, I've got to tell you this very, very quickly. Chelsea in America, they've launched their Vegas weekend this week, and they're planning their annual party in Vegas in the summer. The dates are the 13th to the 16th of June. It is going to be a mental weekend. It always is. They usually have a few ex-Chelsea players there. I think Doobs is going to go this year. Anyway, if you want to get the information about it, go and check out chelseainamerica.com/web/events. You'll find all the information on there. But if you want to go from England, you will be so well looked after. Am I right, Frankie?
Totally.
It is a wonderful weekend. I wish I could go. Unfortunately, I can't. But I've got something else here that's cheered me up in spite of all of that. I got this week. I got a lovely little message from the Blue Roo, also known as Christopher Larwood, and he says, to Chidge and the FanCast All-Stars. I don't know who he's talking about there. Your broadcast podcast is essential. Oh, you lot, is it?
Us, yeah.
Is essential viewing, listening for us down under. I like the sound of that. Oh, he means in Australia, right. And a link and a lifeline to SW6. Thanks for the great job you do. If any of the FanCast group are ever travelling to Adelaide, we will welcome one and all. Blue Roo. Adelaide,
I can vouch for him because I
Adelaide,
did
Chelsea, we fly our own flag. And I've got this flag here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bung it over to the benches who can display it better than I can over here.
Good catch,
I'll
Dan.
read. Oh, good catch. Obviously, you would probably... I know we need to wrap the segment up. I've got ages of time.
Wrong way
yet.
round. Reverse it
Other
round.
way
Reverse it
round.
round.
Can we have a look at that? While you're doing that, I'm going to talk about... Oh, no, that's all right. We'll go back to them when it's ready.
I like their
That's
crest in the
brilliant.
middle
Great
as well.
catch.
Oh,
Brilliant.
great. Cut back to the benches. Look at that. Can you... No, lower. There we go.
There.
Bit
Adelaide,
higher,
Chelsea.
higher,
Kangaroo in the line over
Kangaroo
little
and the
Barney back
Lion,
to start.
To the left.
Australian Supporters Club. That's brilliant. I don't know where we... I mean, what can we show that in the ground?
Boomerangs as well.
I suppose we'll try to. I like the old boomerangs with the crest
Yeah,
as
the
well.
boomerang.
Right, shush everybody. Darren, because he has missed a flag, he's going to see if we can...
I need to see what the depth is, and then we can put it up.
Blue Roo, we'll try and get this shown at Stamford Bridge for you. I think you'll probably like that. But thank you very much for letting us have it. You're very, very
He's
kind.
the top guy. He's the top guy. He looked after me when I went
He's
there.
a lovely bloke, actually, the Blue Roo, and I do love him. And all the Adelaide Chelsea Supporters Group. Now, very, very quickly, it's CFC UK time this weekend. They had the latest issue. There you go. Aria,
Only a
it's
pound.
only a pound.
Or €2.
Or €2. But there you go.
$2.
Right, so basically pick it up at the PSG game tomorrow. Stoke, Sunderland will be out for the rest of the month. If you can't get it physically at the CFC UK store, then all you have to do is go and get it digitally from cfcuk.net. There you go. cfcuk.net is where you go to get it digitally. Right, there we go. It's time to go, Darren. It's whizzed by this week.
It really has
I
done.
know.
I suppose 2 games in a week, yeah.
I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been brilliant to see you boys as well. Now, we will be back. I promise that we will be back. Like Donald McCarthy said, I will return. Was it him? Was it Sly
No,
Stallone?
you're looking at the wrong person.
Look left. There's
Schwarzenegger.
2.
I'll
be back.
Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Can
We'll
I
be
say
back.
how delighted it is to be on the show with Martin?
I know, it's the first time we've had you two reprobates on the show ever together. He always moans
And
about this.
he hasn't given me a regulation.
I know. Anyway, we will be back. We will be back next week, and we will be talking about hopefully a fantastically historic victory against PSG tomorrow night and a thumping of Swansea away in Welsh Wales next week. Now, during the week, if you want to get in touch with me, you need to email chelseafancast@gmail.com. And of course, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter @ChelseaFancast. Now, you can also, if you want to catch up on the show, then the podcast will be out on iTunes in a day or two. and also on our website, chelseafancast.com. And you can also find various clips from our YouTube channel on chelseafancast.com. But of course, if you go to our YouTube channel, you will find it all there in a beautifully formed playlist. I commend it to you. It's great fun. If you want to watch the show live every week, it's easy. Go to sportstonightlive.com, or you can watch it from the webcast, or you can even download the Sports Tonight TV app on your iPhone or similar device, and you can watch it as you go. But anyway, whatever you do, make sure you check out the chelseafancast.com website. There's some great stuff. There's going to be 2 wonderful blogs going up this week. I warn you now. One is by Kelvin Barker, who wrote Celery, represented Chelsea in the 80s, and the other is from somebody called Cheltel. I have received a blog from Cheltel.
Now, they've got to be worth a read.
It's going up this week. I'm so
They've
excited.
both got to be worth a read, then.
All right, time to go, guys. Darren, brilliant as always. Lovely to see you.
You too,
I'll give you another
Tish.
kiss. You've been on cracking form.
the love.
Great to see you as
Don't
always.
I get a
Smart.
kiss?
No, you don't, because you're too old. And you might get a heart attack.
How lovely it has
It's
been to be on the
absolutely
show,
lovely
as
to
always.
see
Thank
you, Burger Al. I love having this man on the show.
My dear old thing.
Now, we've got to say goodbye to the benches. Can we have a look at the benches so we can say goodbye to them? The benches this week have been... Frankie, I want you on this show every week, mate. You are superb.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it! Forget about it! Whereabouts are you from in New York?
Originally from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I live in Queens now.
Yeah, I knew you were going to
There
say
he
that.
is.
I was going to put money on Brooklyn. I used to live in Brooklyn, but now in Queens. You know, I just knew it.
Queens.
What you going to do? What you going to do? I love this guy. I love this guy. I love this guy. Anyway, it's been brilliant. Frankie, Andy, the chef, fantastic. Stan Man, the lovely Dan Silver, who bought me far too much beer on Saturday and is a legend for it. And last, but by no means least, Cheddar. It's so good to have him back. It really, really is. Anyway, look, we've got to go back to us so I can say arrivederci. I've really enjoyed it this week. It's been an awful lot of fun. But until next week, thank you. Oh, by the way, thank you to Sam and Hayden and everybody in the gallery for looking after us. And Harryman too. I haven't forgotten you for keeping it all together when it would otherwise fail miserably. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Until then, keep it blue, keep it carefree, and keep it Chels. Out the Chels!